Hi, I'm Colin Bradley from TaxPerfect, and this is this week's Talking Tax. Now, this week I had a question from a client who had heard that HMRC were going to be going after people who rent out their property via Airbnb, and he wanted to know what exactly was the case. Well, it's certainly true that Airbnb did make a statement earlier on this week, that's early October, that they would be sharing details with HMRC of earnings for UK hosts. That's people who let out their property through Airbnb. And they would be sharing those details for the tax years 2017/18 and 2018/19. Now, to what extent HMRC will be going after those people with previously undeclared rental income is currently an unknown quantity, but my guess is that given there's a big coronavirus money black hole in the UK economy at the moment, that one must assume that HMRC will at some point in time be launching targeted inquiries into the tax affairs of individuals who have not declared their lettings for the 17/18 and 18/19 tax year. And I suspect that they will probably be looking to go back to earlier years as appropriate as well. So just a couple of minutes just explaining then what, if you are in this situation, what you need to do. So the what to declare, the Airbnb Insight report, which they conducted in the 2017/18 year, says that earnings from Airbnb by a typical UK host is about £3,100 a year, slightly higher in Scotland. And this actually lies within the tax-free rent-a-room relief allowance of £7,500 a year. So if you're in that group whereby it's a typical earnings of about just over 3,000, then that would not in itself generate a tax reporting obligation where you're letting out part of your main home. However, letting out a second home, which doesn't benefit from the 7,500 rent-a-room exemption, will create a tax reporting obligation to the extent that the income you receive before expenses is greater than the trading income allowance, which everybody gets each year, of £1,000 a year. So effectively means is, what that effectively means is, if you are receiving rents from Airbnb over this, for your main home, over £7,500 a year, you do have to report. If it's not your main home and it's over £1,000 a year, then you do have to report too. So how to declare? If a landlord hasn't declared their rental income and it's not covered by these 7,500 and 1,000 exemptions that I've mentioned, then the situation should be swiftly corrected. Where the taxpayer has already submitted a tax return and it's still in date for amendment, it should be amended without delay. Where omitted property income relates to an earlier tax year, then the taxpayer should consider disclosing under what HMRC call their Let Property campaign. Now, the advantage in using the Let Property campaign to disclose is that the penalties charged for non-disclosure will be much lower than if the taxpayer waits for HMRC to contact them. So you need to make the first move. If full disclosure and payment of tax is made before HMRC spots there's a problem, then the penalty, excuse me, can actually be reduced to nil. So in summary, yes, it would be prudent for landlords to preempt any HMRC inquiry so that any disclosure can be regarded as voluntary, and therefore any late payment penalty will be lowered. So if you are one of those Airbnb renters or landlords, then now's the time to get things in order before HMRC inevitably come chasing. Of course, contact us and we can put you in the right direction. So, hope that helps. If you find yourself in this situation, any questions, please let me know. You can email me at mail@taxperfect.co.uk. So cheers and see you next time. Bye for now.